Well, hello there, it's Beards and Bangers, and today you find me in the centre of Coventry because this weekend it's Coventry Motofest and I'm here to cover the Saturday.
Welcome to Beards and Bangers.
So before we start wandering around the cars, what is Coventry Motofest or Cov Motofest? Well, it's basically a car show that takes place spread across the city centre of Coventry. So we're here in one of the shopping areas. I'll show you around where we're parked at the moment. So I'm here with Austin, Ian, Becky, Glyn, Dan, Gonzalo, loads of people I know. It's really nice. And but stretching from here all the way to the cathedral and beyond, to the motor museum, there are cars, lots of cars, all sorts of cars. That's not just MG Rover stuff, there's a real selection here. So let's have a wander around and look at some of the beautiful things on display today. So we've got a little display area here, it's part of the 120 years of Rover, 100 years of MG, which is an offshoot of the ZEV Register, which is an offshoot of the MG Car Club. So I've come today in Husley because this car does not get enough public action at car shows and stuff. So Husley has come up with Austin's car, a little drive up from Aylesbury this morning. We're here with Becky and Glyn's rather nice 1.8 turbo ZT Captain Sensible, which will feature on the channel again very soon. We've got Addy's turbo charged ZR, so it's got a K series turbo in it, which sounded rather nice, sitting on addendums. I'm sure we've seen this car before. Yeah, having a good old chat with him this morning. We've got Ian's rather interesting MGF, an early MGF in Old English White, and this one is Japanese spec. So we'll again, this car will feature on the channel at some point in the future, so we don't need to talk about it too much now. Moving further on, we've got Austin's 75, which we don't need to dwell on because again we'll feature it on the channel fairly soon. We've got these lovely Rover 120 flags on all the cars. Rich's very early ZS 180, which we've seen before. And then we've got this. Now this is interesting. This is an SD1. It's a 2600, so it's got the straight six engine. Sounded very smooth, very quiet when it drove in, as you'd expect a straight six to do. It's dressed quite heavily. It's got this kind of louver on the rear windscreen, big spoiler, and then some aftermarket alloys. It's an interesting car, and it's certainly in very good condition, and it sounds lovely, and the interior is just stunning. It's just completely red, so it's red inside and red outside. What a lovely thing. And then moving a bit further up, we've got Dan's Poseidon ZTT 180. Really nice car. Love the wheels on this, love the colour. Very rare, as all monograms are, but this one is particularly rare. And then just finishing off the out of our section, we've got, I always forget the name of this chap who owns this car, but we do, no, I know it's the person's name, I know the car, it's the person I can't remember the name of. So yeah, this SD1 Vitesse twin plenum, I think. Always forget the name of the guy who owns it, but I see him quite a lot. I will have to have a chat with him later and cement his name in my head. Gentleman just walking past me thought I didn't know the name of the car, but I definitely do. But yeah, that's a really nice SD1. Then we got Gonzalo's P5B Coupe, which again we won't talk about too much because I'm going to be doing a review on this car fairly soon as well. But it is stunning and it looks great here in the centre of Coventry. So you've got classic British in front of you, and then you've got sort of a modern British architecture behind you, so interesting juxtaposition. And then got a little lineup of some other cars. I can't quite see what the name of the club is. They've got a flag out. We've got a rather nice blue Nissan 350Z, and then we've got a Clio Sport. I can't quite remember what model this is. It's RS. It's an RS, so not overly familiar with this. I won't try and make up what it is, but it looks heaps of fun. It's got a very interesting interior. So yes, cage, bucket seats, yeah, quite a thing. And then we've got this rather nice Octavia VRS. I like that colour a lot. That's very, very jolly. Now, I think we've seen this car before. This is a John Cooper Works Mini. I'm pretty sure I saw this at the Open Road Club back in December on that very cold morning that we had a meet up at the Piston Club near Ulster, and then we've got a Maserati. Now, we had a meet up at Halford's just around the corner at 7:30, just to sort of get some of the cars assembled, and this thing is absolutely stunning. When it first pulled up, the guy had a very loud shirt on, and we at first thought it was JM, but it wasn't. Someone who knows Dan, I think. But what an absolutely beautiful piece of Italian engineering. So I've had to walk not a long way, but there's a bit of a distance between each section, and it's lovely because you've got people out on a Saturday morning doing their shopping, and you've basically got a free car show going on around the shopping precinct, so that's really quite nice. A little way from the Rover 120 area, we've got the GTR, so we've got absolutely loads of Nissans. That Stagea is very, very nice indeed. I like that a lot. And we've got another coupe one here. Oh, look at that! That is gorgeous. Skyline. Now, if I was gonna go Japanese, this is probably the way I would go. That thing it's big and beefy, which is how I like cars, really. And I've got a few R3s, but I love big beefy cars. Got another Skyline behind it. And just look at the detailing in there. That's mint. That is absolutely mint. And then we've got this one in a very, very nice colour here. And another one in blue, and another one in green. So what a lovely little corner. And we've got a couple more on the other side. So what we got here? We got that interesting handbrake. That's on those rocker switches. That's brilliant. I like that. That is brilliant. That's very, very nice. And we've got a Mitsubishi. And another Stagea. So that's quite a cool little corner. Just little, you know, we're not talking acres and acres of cars in every little bit. We've got a bit of a mix going on. So we'll go up to this main square up here now, where we've got quite a few cars parked up. So just wandering up towards the cathedral. So first thing that greets us is this rather nice Mark V Jaguar. We'll appreciate its lines and its interior. Look at that. Leather's been protected with some rugs, but very opulent inside. And we've got that lovely straight six engine under the bonnet. What a beautiful thing. Next to that, we've got this very immaculate Ford Anglia. That is an absolutely stunning car. Love the colour. Like this, we actually went for a Wetherspoons breakfast. We've been here since about 7:30. And it's now just gone 11, so we're walking around to get a brekkie earlier, and this thing really caught my eye. I absolutely love that. Humber Sceptre next to it with its lovely rear window. Love the way that kind of hoops round. Very attractive, and then it does the same at the front as well. Very, very appealing cars, even though my father instilled in me never to buy a Roots car, but I can do what I want these days. Audi A3, so we got classic British, modern German, but that's really clean for a 21-year-old car. That is incredibly clean. Those mirrors are looking wonderful, and then we've got some more Japanese stuff here. Very nice Honda. We'll go around this way. We've got a Sinclair C5 there. Look at that. Yeah, so this Prelude is absolutely lovely. A lot of people around it, so we'll have to sneak the camera in like that to look at the engine bay. And of course, this is related to our beloved MG Rover stuff, because I think it's the 600 was based on that chassis. We've got an X-Type Jag, 2.5 litre. Is it an all-wheel drive? I think it is. It is, 4-wheel drive, 2.5 litre V6, Ford Mondeo derived Jaguar with red paint that isn't lacquer-peely. That's very nice. And we've got this Bentley. Oh my soul, look at that. That really is quite something. Isn't that beautiful? And then next to that, it's a real mixed mishmash here. So we've got a bit of a club thing going on down where we started, but this section here in this main square is really quite varied. But this Z3, again, a red car that's, what's this one, coming on for 30 years old with immaculate paint. Of course, Coventry is the home of Jaguar Land Rover, and there's a bit of a display of Jags up here. So we start off with this, another red X-Type, but this one's a supercharged 2.5 litre V6, and then we've got an XK next to that, and that is very nice. That colour on an XK with that, I won't get too close, it's quite tight in there, but yeah, it's got cream leather interior, absolutely stunning. And we've got an E-Type next to that, and then we've got this Project 7 F-Type. Now that is a serious bit of car. That is, yeah, that's rare and that's very special, and I like that an awful lot. Look at the quilted leather inside. That's really nice. And we've got a XJ Sport next to it. On the other side of this little alleyway, we've got a Vitesse convertible. I do like a Triumph Vitesse. Prefer the saloons, but this one is very nice. Look, that's very clean. Oh, it's got a nice steering wheel as well. Love Triumphs. It's very well designed cars, I think, and that's particularly lovely. Morris Woody next to it. Yeah, it's a Morris 1000, and it's a Traveller, so it's a later one. But that's very clean, and that wood is in very good condition. And we've got some little mopeds next to that. I won't even attempt to describe those because I literally know nothing about mopeds, and we're not going to change that today. We'll come back to that P5B in a sec. Got a little Austin. I think I've seen this before somewhere. Play 35. I'm sure I've seen this before, and that's very clean indeed. And then we've got a Hillman Avenger in gold next to that. Very nice. People are laughing at me because I'm filming, and they're trying to eat their breakfast.
I do the same.
Yeah, so again, I'm not a massive roots expert, but that is a particularly clean Avenger. That I like it. And then we've got something from Australia, although it's probably got a Vauxhall badge on it. Oh no, I think it has got a Holden badge on it. So we've got a Holden Monaro. So of course there was a Vauxhall version of these, but I think it was a Holden derived car. But that's got a brute of a V8, 6 litre V8 under the bonnet. Some kind of RS Transit Connect, whatever you call those vans. And we've got another Skoda VRS and an RS Focus. Get excited about these. That's pretty. And we've got this is something we should dwell on. This is a V8 MGB, but it's been seriously modified because it's got a body kit on it. Those wheels are definitely not standard size. The ride height's definitely not standard. It's got a roll cage. It's got lots of toggle switches, fire extinguishers. So I suspect this has been involved in some sort of competition. But that's a bit of a beast, that thing. I like that a lot. And then we scooch around here. It's quite difficult to film here, I have to say, because it's got a lot of people, which is very nice. I'm not complaining about that. Now this is something I get excited about. So this is an M4. Those wheels are simply superb. I really like those. Cream leather interior, carbon spoiler. That is beautiful. I like that colour. Not quite sure what that colour's called. And we've got a bit of American stuff. We've got a Chevy pickup here. That's a bit of all right. That is, I like that. We've got people, so a lot of people taking photographs. We've got to be mindful of other people's enjoyment rather than some overweight middle-aged man barging around with his little GoPro talking at cars. AC Cobra. I'd like to hear that start up because look at that exhaust. That's a bit of stainless steel engineered in there. I don't know if we heard this one coming in later, but there's a few TR6s here today and they just sound beautiful. Of course, TR6s were built in Coventry at Canley when there was such a thing. A Unos Roadster in red. That's really singing. The paint on that's really popping. I like that a lot. And then a Porsche, was it a Boxster? Get a bit confused with Porsches. And we've got a nice little line-up over here. So we've got an ERS Mini, which I did see driving in earlier, and that sounded very sweet. I do like the ERS Minis. They're pretty attractive. I think that body kit really works on them. ERA, not ERS. And then sort of carbon effect bumper covers, thank you, and wheel arches on that little green one. That's a nice green, that I like that. And then we've got a kiss and face. We've got quite an early 3-door K11, and that's nice to see. What is really an ordinary car here. So we've gone from some kind of interesting minis, some almost supercar-like stuff, expensive convertibles like AC Cobras and TR6s, and then we get this. But it's immaculate. It's someone's car. Someone loves this, and I just think it's really nice to see it on display here. And then we've got this. We've got a Topolino. So we've got a little Fiat 500 with its folding canvas roof, and we can have a peer inside that one because it's open. So isn't that a dear little thing? Let's just get it back a bit so we can compare it to the K11 because they're both small cars. But doesn't the 500 look tiny next to even a K11? Dear little things they are. Dear little things. So moving back into the square, we've got Morris Minor van, which is beautiful, and we've got an Austin something, Ascot perhaps. It's an Ascot. How old is it? 1935. So a 1935 Austin Ascot. We recognise that engine because it's very similar to the engine bay in the Austin 12 that I've currently got. A little bit different, carb's a bit different, inlet's a bit different, but very similar layout. Loads of headroom between the top of the head and the top of the bonnet, or the bottom of the bonnet. But that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Wouldn't be a car show without some Scoobies. And here is a Scooby. So WRX 300 Impreza. And we've got this Vitesse. Now this, I walked past this earlier. This is interesting. So it is a Triumph Vitesse. There's our Triumph straight six engine. But it's supercharged. There's our supercharger. So that's going to make a very nice whiny sound, I would think. That's what I love about these Triumphs, Herald's Vitesses. You just lift the bonnet up and you've got this, basically you can get access to absolutely everything. But it's got this Lotus Cortina paint job, and it is absolutely stunning. What a lovely car. What an absolutely lovely car. And then we've got a Mini 1275 GT next to that. Black roof over grey body, that looks very nice. And we had a look at this. This is E46 of some description here. So in matte black. Just having a look at the back, seeing it's being used for drifting. The owner's nodding at me. So we've got a drift car. There's a bit of drifting going on here today. Heard some a little minute ago around the ring road. They've got a speedway. We won't get that on our video. I'm sure there's other people videoing that, but it's an E46. So I'm going to home in on it, and it's lovely. Very nice. And then this is a Lotus Cortina, which is stunning. Let's have a look under this engine bay, because there's our Lotusified twin cam engine, triple Webers. Are they Webers or are they Delautos? I can't read. They are Webers. So twin Webers. That's gonna just be a hoot, and very juicy, I'd have thought as well. Right. Isn't that beautiful? Excuse me. Little Toyota here. This quite not got lots of people buzzing around it. So the Lotus Cortina's got half of Coventry around it, but this little Celica is all on its own some here. But I think that's quite nice. And I quite like those white wheels it's sitting on as well. Got some more stuff over here. This could end up being a two-parter. So we've got a Scirocco. I can't see the Wilton Motor Club, so I'm guessing that's Wilton in Woolston Motor Club. So I'm guessing that's fairly local to here. But yeah, lovely early Scirocco. Is it early? Mark II, I think. Mark II Scirocco. Very nice. Then we've got an Austin. Oh, what is this? It's got the minor front, but it's got the pickup body. So just Austin van, perhaps. I should know the answer to this question. It'll come to me, and someone load up, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments, someone. We've got a Morgan. Actually breezed past that because not that knowledge about Morgans. And we've got another SD1. This is another Vitesse twin plenum, and this for me is the SD1 colour for me. I think these look simply amazing. Got British Racing Green MGB, and we've got Hillman Minx next to that. Did we see this coming in earlier? We're trying to work out what it was, and we're sitting in Weatherspoons and cricking our necks. But that's very solid, very solid looking little thing. So know where we've got to. I've got to have my wits about me today because there's a lot going on. Wow, that's seriously modified, and it really is beginning to fill up. There's a 635 over there, which we had a really good look at earlier. We'll home in on that in a sec, because that's quite a splendid thing. Yeah, that's very interesting. No idea what it is, but everyone likes it. Everyone's got their phones out. Florida plates, and then we go from that to something ordinary, but something that I think is exceptional. So a Mark II Golf 5-door, and I think that's really nice. I just think these kind of ordinary modern classic cars really do it just looks so good. Now, next to that, we've got something very special. We've got an E46 M3 convertible on some pretty special wheels. We're having a drool over this morning, and that's really a really nice thing indeed. I've completely lost my place where I am, so I'm going to get back into position now. So another B, and we've got some. I think I recognise these cars from the Piston Club or from the Open Road Club. So we've got two Mark II ZS180s, one in Starlight Silver, one in Ignition Blue, and they're both stunners. They really are. Both saloons. I just love these. I've said it before. I love the shark fins on the side, and we've got a ZT 260 with a bit of an X-Power body kit going on. Just looking at the bonnet, see if it's one I recognise. No, it's not. That's probably an SE because it's got a sunroof. Yeah, I think that's the only 260 I've seen here today so far. And the third ZT. Peugeot 30 something convertible. Oh, that's nice. That is very nice. So that's a Brera Spider. I was looking at these the other day, and these are bloody expensive now. But that's a nice thing. I like that. And they've parked it in gear. Austin will tell them off for doing that when he comes back around here. We've got XK 5 litre. And that's gorgeous. That really is gorgeous. And I think we've got a Chevrolet Camaro behind us. We have. Look at that. Look at that front. Look at that engine. That is just... That's insane. That is really, really insane. Absolutely stunning. And we've got a Lotus Talbot over here. I'm thinking deja vu, but of course we walked past here earlier, so I'm not videoing these cars twice. I'm not going mad. But that's a pretty car. That's absolutely glorious. We've got another E-Type. And then we've got a Lexus 4 something that's been slammed. Absolutely slammed. Look at that. That's quite something. It's even got little curtains, look, and really impressive interior. Even got whiskey tumblers and an ashtray with a cigar on the back and some Japanese Hatazaki whiskey for the back passengers. But look at that. Isn't that just a lovely thing? And moving on, it's just clouded over and gone windy, so it's a bit, I'm in shorts and I've just had my head shaved, so I'm a little bit chilly today. Ford F100, I think this one is. Brute of a pickup truck. And then we've got a Mercedes. I've got to check the back of this one because I always get a bit confused. A 300E. There's some 190s, which we'll show you in a minute. I think they're more over there. TR7 2 litre. It's always nice to see one of those. Nissan 350Z. Oh, early Mustang. That's nice. That's nice. And we've got Austin A40, I think. A35, sorry, A35. And a sort of late 1980s Mini. Nissan Figaro, so micro-derived convertible. And someone's just saying it's cute, which it is. They're extremely cute cars. Yeah, so micro-derived convertible. Then we've got another E-Class Mercedes, sorry, 190E. And we've got, oh, a Lotus. Look at this. 2 Lotuses. Or do we say 2 Loti? I never know what the plural of Lotus is. That is quite something. That is... Just have a little look at the back of it as well, because the shape is... Yeah, Lotus Europa Series 2. 2 of them. Aren't they just... tiny, really? They really are small. Simplify and add lightness was the motto, wasn't it? And that yellow one's just stunning. And then we've got this other P5B, which we spotted a moment ago. So we've seen Gonzalo's. Here's an Old English white one. I think they call it Old English white. I'm not sure if the Rover colours were the same, but I'm pretty sure the paint code is Old English white, or the same as. We've got a Volvo. It looks like a Saint car here. It is a Volvo P1800S, and these are... Try and get side onto it. Get past these people. There's a lot of people. Hell of a lot of people. Isn't that just stunning? Kind of the antithesis of what Volvos became, and are very much the antithesis of what they are now, because Volvo seem to have lost their minds like every other car manufacturer and ditched things like estates in favour of SUVs. A couple of Beetles. This one's slightly modified. Yeah, there's a lot going on with that. And we've got a Mark III Escort in gold, which is very, very clean. Very hard to... We'll look at those Capris in a bit. Yeah, real basics. 1.3 GL Escort. Just basic, but lovely to see stuff like this. This is really, really good. And we've got a Peugeot 106 XS. Next to that, another. Oh no, it's Aston Martin DB9 in black. That's a big boy next to that little Peugeot. And then we've got a Volvo 850 TS. So that's going to have a particularly naughty engine. And BGT, we've seen one of those already this week, because of course we reviewed one the other day. And we've got a Nightfire Rover Coupe. They are part of the Coupe Owners Club. Can't really tell whether it's a Tomcat with a T-Series turbo or not. N-Reg, could be anything. Could be anything under that bonnet, but that's really nice looking. Mark 3 Fiesta. And then this Lotus Esprit came in earlier, and it's just stunning. It's yeah, John Player Special, which obviously we can't. I'm probably going to get demonetized or something for saying that, but well, this video certainly will. But yeah, John Player Edition Lotus, and that's beautiful. And then we've got this V8 Marcos next to it. So yeah, these two came in together. I was going to avoid getting in the photograph. And moving on, it's just clouded over and gone windy, so it's a bit, I'm in shorts and I've just had my head shaved, so I'm a little bit chilly today. Ford F100, I think this one is. Brute of a pickup truck. And then we've got a Mercedes. I've got to check the back of this one because I always get a bit confused. It's a 300E. There's some 190s, which we'll show you in a minute. I think they're more over there. TR7 2 litre. It's always nice to see one of those. Nissan 350Z. Oh, early Mustang. That's nice. That's nice. And we've got Austin A40, I think. A35, sorry, A35. And a sort of late 1980s Mini. Nissan Figaro, so micro-derived convertible. And someone's just saying it's cute, which it is. They're extremely cute cars. Yeah, so micro-derived convertible. Then we've got another E-Class Mercedes, sorry, 190E. And we've got, oh, a Lotus. Look at this. Two Lotuses. Or do we say two Loti? I never know what the plural of Lotus is. That is quite something. That is... Just have a little look at the back of it as well, because the shape is... Yeah, Lotus Europa Series 2. Two of them. Aren't they just... tiny, really? They really are small. Simplify and add lightness was the motto, wasn't it? And that yellow one's just stunning. And then we've got this other P5B, which we spotted a moment ago. So we've seen Gonzalo's. Here's an Old English white one. I think they call it Old English white. I'm not sure if the Rover colours were the same, but I'm pretty sure the paint code is Old English white, or the same as. We've got a Volvo. It looks like a Saint car here. It is. It's a Volvo P1800S, and these are... Try and get side onto it. Get past these people. There's a lot of people. Hell of a lot of people. Isn't that just stunning? Kind of the antithesis of what Volvos became, and are very much the antithesis of what they are now, because Volvo seem to have lost their minds like every other car manufacturer and ditched things like estates in favour of SUVs. A couple of Beetles. This one's slightly modified. Yeah, there's a lot going on with that. And we've got a Mark 3 Escort in gold, which is very, very clean. Very hard to... We'll look at those Capris in a bit. Yeah, real basics. 1.3 GL Escort. Just basic, but lovely to see stuff like this. This is really, really good. And we've got a Peugeot 106 XS. Next to that, another. Oh no, it's Aston Martin DB9 in black. That's a big boy next to that little Peugeot. And then we've got a Volvo 850 TS. So that's going to have a particularly naughty engine. And BGT, we've seen one of those already this week, because of course we reviewed one the other day. And we've got a Nightfire Rover Coupe. They are part of the Coupe Owners Club. Can't really tell whether it's a Tomcat with a T-Series turbo or not. N reg, could be anything. Could be anything under that bonnet, but that's really nice looking. Mark 3 Fiesta, and then this Lotus Esprit came in earlier, and it's just stunning. It's yeah, John Player Special, which obviously we can't. I'm probably going to get demonetized or something for saying that, but well, this video certainly will. But yeah, John Player Edition Lotus, and that's beautiful. And then we've got this V8 Marcos next to it. So yeah, these two came in together. I was going to avoid getting in the photograph. Yeah, so this came in early and just sounded absolutely epic. I'm going to try and find the Nissan or Datsun. I've got one thinking. Another F-Type. And we've got, this looks interesting behind here. A lot of people around it. It's a proper old Audi, Auto Union. So of course what became Audi, and it's a DKW 3.6 with a very well patterned paint scheme. That's quite something. That's very, very unusual. Left-hand drive, of course, because Auto Union cars weren't readily available in the UK. That's quite something. And we've got this Scirocco. Is that a Mark 1 Scirocco? It's just got this body kit's, yeah, it's a Mark 1 Scirocco. Interesting. Another E-Type. And this is getting quite hard to film because there's a lot of folks around. TVR Grand Tourer, I think. Sorry. Then a Bentley. And Golf R32 is very nice. Very purposeful looking cars. And there's just a Mercedes E-Class. E350 Sport, if we read the thing, and then a Mitsubishi Evo 2, is it? And now this, so we got to that Golf, so yeah, this we saw earlier, so I am in danger of repeating myself. So that's it for part 1 of Motofest Coventry, or Coventry Motofest. If you want to see what happens in part 2, or see the cars that are featured in part 2 rather, then please hit that subscribe button and bell notification. Don't forget to like, drop a comment down below and share with your friends. And I'll see you again on part 2 in the next few days. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.